If you are over 45 and your body feels tired but restless at the same time, if you lie awake at night, exhausted but unable to truly rest, if your nervous system feels constantly on, even when your life is quiet and nothing is wrong, please hear this first and let it land. Your body is not failing you. So many women reach this stage and quietly start to doubt themselves. They wonder why their body no longer responds the way it used to. They try harder. They push through. They blame themselves. But the truth is this: for many women in midlife, the problem is not motivation, discipline, or willpower. The problem is that the nervous system has been carrying too much for too long, and no one ever explained what to do when that happens. If this feels like your story, pause for a moment. Take a breath with me. Like this video and subscribe to the Hormonal Balance Institute. This is a place where your body is met with understanding, not pressure, not force. And today, I want to share something gentle, something simple, something deeply calming. It's called Tai Chi Walking. Not as exercise, not as performance, but as a way to tell your nervous system, slowly and safely, you can soften now. After 45, many women notice that their body reacts differently to stress than it used to. This change is not imagined, and it is not a lack of strength or resilience. It is a biological shift. Research shows that around 75 to 80% of women experience significant menopausal symptoms, including disrupted sleep, increased anxiety, and heightened nervous system sensitivity. These symptoms are closely linked to hormonal fluctuations that affect how the brain regulates stress, mood, and recovery. Estrogen and progesterone influence how quickly the nervous system activates and how easily it calms down again. As these hormones fluctuate and decline, the stress response can become louder and more persistent. This means that situations that once felt manageable may suddenly feel overwhelming. Noise, pressure, time constraints, and even social interactions can feel more intense. This is not because you are weaker. It is because your nervous system is more sensitive. Studies show that during perimenopause, women have a 30 to 40% higher risk of depressive symptoms compared to earlier life stages. This risk increases significantly when sleep is disrupted. Up to 60% of women report chronic sleep problems during menopause. Sleep becomes lighter, more fragmented, and less restorative. When sleep is interrupted, the nervous system does not fully reset overnight. Instead, it remains in a state of mild alert, even during rest. Over time, this creates the feeling many women describe as wired but tired. The body feels exhausted, but the mind and nervous system never fully switch off. This state is deeply draining, and it cannot be fixed by willpower. This is why pushing the body harder often does not help during midlife. Intense exercise, constant stimulation, and self-pressure can keep stress hormones elevated instead of lowering them. The nervous system interprets speed, force, and urgency as signals of danger. When the body already feels overloaded, these signals increase tension rather than release it. Many women notice that workouts that once felt energizing now leave them exhausted, restless, or unable to sleep. This is not a failure of fitness. It is a mismatch between the nervous system and the stimulus being applied. What the nervous system responds to instead is predictability and safety. This is where Tai Chi Walking quietly becomes something different from everything you have tried before. It does not ask your body to push. It does not ask you to improve, perform, or achieve anything. It meets you exactly where you are. For many women over 45, that alone feels new. Tai Chi Walking begins with slowness, not as a technique, but as a message to the nervous system that says, there is no urgency right now. There is no goal to reach, no distance to cover, no expectation placed on your body. Each step is taken with care. Each movement flows gently into the next. And in that continuity, the body begins to soften. This is not about learning something complicated. It is about allowing your body to experience safety again through movement. Starting Tai Chi walking is much simpler than most people expect. You begin by standing still. Stand with your feet about hip-width apart and let your knees soften slightly. Allow your arms to rest by your sides without holding them stiffly. Take a moment to feel the weight of your body through your feet. Then, slowly shift your weight into one leg. Not quickly, not forcefully, just enough to notice the transfer of weight. When you feel stable, gently lift the opposite foot and place it down in front of you. Let the heel touch first, then allow the rest of the foot to follow. As you step, let your arms swing naturally, without controlling them. Your breath does not need to be changed. Just allow it to move as it wants to. Then you shift your weight again, slowly, deliberately. Each step becomes a small moment of awareness. There is no right speed, except slower than you think you should go. If you ever wonder whether you are moving too slowly, that is usually a sign you are moving at exactly the right pace. When the body moves at this pace, something subtle begins to change. Muscles stop bracing. Breathing becomes deeper without effort. The mind has fewer reasons to rush ahead. This is not relaxation you have to work for. It is relaxation that happens because the body finally feels safe enough to allow it. Research shows that slow, mindful movement can reduce stress and anxiety by 20 to 30%, while also improving emotional regulation and sleep quality. But beyond the research, women describe something very personal. They say their body feels calmer without being exhausted. They say they feel grounded instead of depleted. They say they finally understand the difference between being tired and being truly at rest. Tai Chi walking creates calm without draining what little energy you may already have. One of the most important things to understand is that Tai Chi walking does not require long sessions. You do not need 30 minutes. You do not need perfect form. You do not need to push through discomfort. Studies show that 10 to 20 minutes several times per week is enough to support meaningful nervous system regulation. What matters most is consistency and rhythm. Even 5 minutes done slowly and regularly teaches the nervous system something new. It learns that slowing down is safe. It learns that movement does not always mean effort or pressure. For many women, this is an emotional realization, because it may be the first time in years they have allowed themselves to move without judging their body. Tai Chi walking does not replace medical care, and it does not promise instant change. What it does is quieter and deeper. It lowers the constant background alert in the nervous system. It reduces the feeling that everything requires effort. It creates space inside the body. And in that space, other forms of support begin to work more effectively. Sleep becomes more responsive. Mood becomes steadier. The body becomes more open to recovery. Many women notice that once their nervous system feels calmer, everything else feels easier to approach. Conversations with doctors, decisions about care, and even daily life. This is why calm is not a luxury after 45. It is a foundation, and Tai Chi walking is often one of the gentlest ways to begin building that foundation again. If this kind of gentle, Asian-inspired movement resonates with you, you will find similar practices collected in the Japanese Wellness for Midlife Women playlist on this channel. These flows are designed to be simple, grounding, and repeatable. You can return to them whenever your body needs calm. At this stage of life, healing rarely comes from doing more. It comes from moving differently, from choosing rhythm over force, and from allowing the body to feel safe enough to rest again. You are not late. You are not broken. You are learning a new rhythm, one that fits the body you have now. And your body already knows the way back to calm. If this video helped you feel seen or understood, I invite you to stay here and subscribe to the Hormonal Balance Institute. This channel exists so women do not have to navigate this transition alone. And if you know a woman who is struggling quietly, a sister, a mother, a friend, a partner, someone you love, please share this space with her. Share this video. Share this channel. Because when we share this knowledge with each other, we soften the loneliness that so many women carry through menopause. No one should have to go through these changes feeling unheard or alone. Here, we walk this path together.